After a year hiatus, the Olmsted County Free Fair is back with plenty of homegrown fun for community members of all ages. Whether visiting with 4-H members in their livestock or grabbing some grub and riding rides is your thing, the event has it all for every age. KIMT News 3's Jessica Bringy joining us live from the grounds with all the action. Jess?
Katie, I was out here even just a couple of hours ago, and I have to say the main action remains around the barn area with a lot of 4-H members and FFA members showing off their horses, cows, goats, what have you. But you can't see behind me, there are some food vendors that are setting up, getting ready. Overall, though, everyone is ready to get back to the fair this year. It's the first day back at the Olmsted County State Fair since 2019.
It is awesome to get back into showing horses and being at the county fair. The kids are so excited.
Reverse now and walk on.
And 4-H members of all ages are just happy to be back, whether they take home a ribbon or not.
When you win, it feels good.
And how about when you lose?
You just be a happy sport that you tried your best.
Board member Brandon Helgeson says before all the other fair activities begin, it's good to remember why the festivities are happening in the first place.
While the fair might be a different thing to you, just keep in mind that the reason we have a carnival, the reason we have grandstand events is to help pay for the grounds and to be able to put on a space for these 4-H and FFA kids to exhibit.
One of the new improvements you'll notice when you come on down to the Olmsted County Fairgrounds is this new improved parking lot. But that's not all. Let's take a look. When you come to one of the main attractions, the rides, of course, you'll notice they're in more of a centralized location. But there is still one more change to see. Come on. And finally, for one of the last biggest changes, anyone who's old enough to drink beer will notice that the beer garden is in a different location. Helgeson says this is to centralize everything and bring a better experience to all fairgoers.
It's easier to park on the outskirts, and then it's a few less steps getting from one stop to the next, with it all kind of being centered in the grounds.
Rides and food vendors will all officially open tomorrow. But with the heat wave expected this week, Helgeson says attendees can bring their own water in. Just be sure to stay hydrated.
I do allow you to bring a water bottle here too. We want to keep you hydrated. We understand that's not something typically we probably would encourage, but in the case of the heat this week, we really want to make sure everybody's staying hydrated and stayed safe.
And as I mentioned earlier, food vendors are still slowly getting ready. There are a few open, but you do see behind me, there's actually a food vendor right here washing down their truck to make sure it's safe and sanitary, always great post-COVID. And of course, rides will be open tomorrow. That should be around 5 p.m. Live in Rochester, Jessica Bringy, KIMT News 3.
Thanks, Jess. For a full list of fair events and showtimes for the grandstand and the free stage, you can click on this story. Head on over to KIMT.com.